Hey guys, I wanted to make a video for you about weight loss today, and more specifically weight loss as a woman, for women. I'm not a man, I don't quite know how, I know it's different, so, and weight loss and weight gain regarding pregnancy. So, if any of those things interest you, then keep listening. So, a lot of you probably know most of my journey, or most of my weight loss story, but basically it started 4 years ago when I really made the commitment to lose weight and get in shape and change my life. So it was after I had my first daughter and I lost weight. I lost 50 pounds in about 9 or 10 months. And I was about 155 pounds. So that was my weight that I had gotten to. And I was happy there and I felt comfortable. I'd never been thin before as a adult teenager. I had been overweight for most of my life before that, other than when I was a child. So it was this new experience. And then I got pregnant again, and I got pregnant with my son, and it was different. I was working out, but I wasn't, I kind of reverted back to my old habits, and so I ended up gaining weight really quickly with my son. I started eating a lot right away, and I think I gained I stopped stepping on the scale because it was way too depressing. So I remember, my doctor was like, you're gaining weight really quickly. And I was just I remember crying in his office, and I was just really distraught and depressed about it. But it was different because with Adelaide, I gained about 20 pounds, and I was 200 pounds when I got pregnant with her. So it was a very different experience. With Bentley, gaining weight was something that I had been trying so hard to lose weight, so as a gaining weight, I was like, this doesn't seem right, even though I know as a pregnant person, it's healthy to gain weight, but it was like that mental change, and it was really hard to see that scale go up, and I wasn't really exercising as much as I had been, and I was not eating well. So I gained probably 50 or more pounds with Bentley. I don't quite know. I know that I know that I stepped on the scale and I was over 100 kilograms at one point. So that's more than 200 pounds. So I never, I don't even want to look at a calculator. I just didn't want to know. Anyway, so, but I was more active and I felt better. So anyway, so then I had my son, and when I started losing weight, I was about 88 pounds. I remember stepping on the scale, and that's what I was at. And it was a really big struggle to lose weight the second time around. It was very slow, and I remember I lost about 10-15 pounds, and I'd gain some, and I'd lose more, and I ended up getting down to, I think, 150, 155, but it took, and I only had about 30 plus pounds to get there, but it was much different than the first time around. So, so when Bentley was about 1.5 years old, I ended up doing this juicing thing, and I never talked about it a lot afterwards. I documented while I did it, but I didn't talk about it after. I don't want to go into that. I feel like that's a whole other situation. But after my juicing thing, I was the lowest weight I had ever been. I think it was in the 140s. I'd never been there before. And it was for a week. And I binge ate so bad from February until I got pregnant at the end of March. Or I guess you could say the beginning of April. I probably gained 20 pounds in that period of time. So, or about 10 pounds. I was I was around 170 when I got pregnant. So my metabolism was shot. I was eating the same as I was before I did the juicing. So there was more splurge meals, but it wasn't like I was eating enough to really gain that amount of weight. or so I thought. And I was working out at the gym 5 days a week, lifting weights, all these things. So I was building muscle, and my body was changing, but I was getting bigger, and I was gaining weight. So it was really hard when I got pregnant. I was like, oh my gosh, I now weigh 170 pounds, and I wanted to weigh 150 when I got pregnant, but now I'm pregnant, and it's totally different. So I ended up, at the first few weeks or whatever, my weight kind of went whatever. But now I'm about 20 weeks. I'm almost 20 weeks, and I've gained about 5 or 6 pounds. Now, I'm not, like, obsessed, like, oh, I gotta, like, keep a certain number. I don't really know what the number is, but all I know is that I want to be active, and I want to eat healthy, and, I just wanted to share a little information with you. So I track what I eat in my MyFitnessPal. It's like an app, free app. It's great if any of you are ever interested in like a tracking app. And so if any of you have used it, you know, like when you complete the entry, you complete it, and then it will say in 5 weeks, if you keep eating like this, you will weigh blah, blah, blah. So I've been doing it, and it's more mentally, so I feel like, you know, even if I eat that chocolate cake, or even if I have those bag of chips, I track it, and I'm like, I'm accountable to it. So I do that. Oh, someone hurt themselves. So I do that, and every time it says, so I'm like 175 or 176, and it'll say, you'll be 168 or 165 or whatever, and I'm eating like 1,800 to like 2,000 calories a day or more. Like, I'm not 1,200. I don't do that. I cannot function. So, and I don't think anyone should, but that's, again, a whole other big can of worms. So, Bentley, come here. Bentley, come here. Adelaide. Oh, he's getting into the knickknacks. So, what was I going to say? So, I'm eating like this, and I'm not eating like this so that I get to that number. It's just like, that's what it tells me. But I have not lost a pound, and I have not, like, when you're pregnant, your body does what it needs to do. It's going to put weight on places where you don't want weight, and you're going to retain water, your blood volume increases, all of these things happen, and unfortunately, ladies, we don't have a lot of control over it. What we can control is what we put in our mouths and how much we move our bodies and our minds. About being positive and staying focused and understanding the end result. So, I just wanted to share that with you. And, you know, if any of you are struggling or have struggled with weight loss, like, it's a journey, and it is not a one day. I don't even know if you can hear me because Bentley is screaming. It's not like a wake up and I lost 50 pounds, and it's not either. You cannot gain 10 pounds in one day. You can't gain 10 pounds in a weekend. Well, maybe you could if you ate like a ginormous amount of food. But it's like, realistically, think about it. If you had a huge meal, don't step on that scale the next day. Unless you want to feel like, right? Don't step on the scale. Drink water. Drink a little bit extra water for a few days. If you really want to step on that scale, then step on that scale. That number on the scale does not reflect the hard work and anything, the hard work that you do, the food that you put in your body. Your body is going to do what it needs to do. Come here, Bentley. Bentley, come here. Anyways, I'm going to go. I hope that you're all doing well, and you probably watch this in segments because it's long, but I really wanted to share that with you all before I didn't. So, take care and have a good weekend. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.